Well, you posted there. These are the hot games. Chargers go to Tennessee. Weather forecast, hot, humid, and a 100% chance of running back Derrick Henry. They're going to run the ball. They're going to pound the ball. Ryan Tannehill threw 3 interceptions last week. DeAndre Hopkins wants to be more of the offense. He, of course, is the veteran wide receiver who just came on board. Mike Vrabel, I think, is a really good coach. He gets his guys cranked up. They're going to get their guys cranked up because they had a real crap weekend last weekend when they lost. Big questions for the Chargers. Austin Eckler, gimpy ankle. He left camp. He is mourning the loss of his agent, who just passed away from cancer. So it's been a tough week for Austin Eckler, who's not practiced. Joey Bosa's got a hamstring that flared at the end of the game. Eric Kendricks, the linebacker, has got a hamstring that he was playing through. That flared. He has not been able to practice early stage of the week. But they got Justin Herbert. They got these wide receivers. I got to believe that Tennessee is just going to run the bleeping ball so they can keep Justin Herbert off the field. Yeah. So that spins into the next question, John, as you and I have chatted about. Charger defense, the one that gave up 536 yards last week. Charger run defense, which has been pitiful, and they're going to get a heavy dose, Derrick Henry squared, on the weekend. What do you think?
Derrick Henry is a very large human being and with broad shoulders and as strong as an ox. I mean, I could see him rumbling down the field all day. This might be another choke job by the Chargers on the road.
49ers Rams. Nobody that I know can believe that Matthew Stafford threw for 344 last week up in Seattle. This is going to be what an assignment, because you got Stafford versus that bad boy San Francisco defense. You got Christian McCaffrey, who had 152 yards rushing last week, going in action against Aaron Donald. I just don't know that the Rams have enough to hold up in this game. And like we talked about in our NFL preview, we know 2 things about San Francisco. They will maul you on offense, and they will mug you on defense. You tell me how the Rams hold up to this, John.
They don't have a chance. But, they're surprising. I mean, they had a couple of receivers there I'd never even heard of that had a lot of yards, for Stafford. But is this game up in Santa Clara, or is it at SoFi?
SoFi.
Okay, yeah. So be an interesting game. I mean, are the Rams for real? I guess we're going to find out.
Miami, New England. You got Tua, you got Tyreek, you got Waddle, you got an offense that just blistered the Chargers. Now they're going against Belichick's defense, which is going to be different. Mac Jones threw for 305 last week, even though the Patriots wound up losing that game. Jones hooking up with the new offensive coordinator, Bill O'Brien. The thing that impressed me the most, Tua, he got that ball out of there quick. He never got hit, never got sacked, took 46 dropbacks, and they couldn't do anything to get to him. Now, with New England's defense and how decent they are in the back seven, how athletic they are, I think New England's whole thing is they're going to try to make Tua hold the ball for a chunk of time till the pass rush gets to him, because they're going to drop so many people into all types of smart guy coverages. I think that's going to be a fun game.
Yeah, I was really impressed with the Dolphins last weekend. So I've got to believe they're going to be favorites on the road.
Sunday was really bad in Pittsburgh, and Monday was even worse. Cam Hayward, gone 8 weeks. Their top big boy defensive end, surgery, groin area. Steelers got hammered at home. Now they go play Cleveland. Chubb, Watson, Myles Garrett, Jim Schwartz's new defense. Pittsburgh's going to be 0-2 and 0-2 in the division. I mean, this would be a big hole for them to come back from.
Has Tomlin ever had a losing season? I don't think he has. Never. So maybe this is the year.
Well, last year they were sub 500 and they made a phenomenal sprint to the finish line with Kenny Pickett as the first-year quarterback. Baltimore, Cincinnati. Speaking of being 0-2, is it a different Joe Burrow this weekend? That's a burning question, because he really struggled. Baltimore's got Lamar Jackson, Odell Beckham, 3 wide receivers who are all kids that complement Beckham. Unbelievably tough defense. They did lose J.K. Dobbins, their top running back, with a ruptured Achilles. So Baltimore's going to have to do running back by committee just the second week into the season. So which Joe Burrow shows up? Because that was not vintage Joe Burrow last week.
Yeah, we're going to find out. I mean, this is a huge game, but you pick the Ravens to upset and win that division. So, maybe the Bengals will be 0-2.
Seattle, Detroit, Seahawks. Are they going to go 0-2? This game is at Ford Field. You think in Detroit they'll be amped up for this
Oh,
game?
yes.
They'll start drinking on Saturday to be ready for Sunday. Seattle's lost both of its offensive tackles. Their DBs are banged up, and the Lions just punish people. Detroit could be 2-0, living up to the hype. And Seattle, which I couldn't believe, might be 0-2 after losing to the Rams. Would they lose to Detroit?
So yeah, Geno Smith, I mean, for so long, he just sort of sputtered and was a backup and had that great year last year. And now we're getting the old Geno Smith. But I love the whole Lions story. So I hope they keep rolling.
Okay, we get to halftime.